paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weirdo woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I'm sweating like a country pig. I'm gunning beers and taking swigs of ice cold Jack. We're at the track, it's racing day, we're getting smacked. I never really understood this NASCAR shit. I thought, how could I be impressed when cars go left? But then I went, baby, it's the best. The ladies here are fine as spring. They'll hop to a ride on that thing. There's beer and whiskey everywhere. There's smoking rubber in the air. I'm gunning beers, I'm shooting Jack. We're here all day, 500 laps. And when they start them engines up, man, my heart, it starts to pump. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. The beer and rubber, perfect mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. It's not loud, we're in the crowd. We're watching cars go round and round. We're in the South, the USA. We fly that flag each goddamn day. And when it's time to watch a race, we crack a beer right on our face. We watch them cars go fast and left. This NASCAR shit's the fucking best. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. I'm drunk as shit, I love this mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. Oh Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. A dirty summer country mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit.
Hey, you. You're finally woke.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see dicks. Has anybody noticed this? Yes, I love titties! Big old titties!
Oh my gosh, we're back. Look at you silly bitches in the chat thinking that you're having a good time tonight, because you're not, because you're watching this bullshit. But I'm so happy you are. I'm so happy you chose my dumb old ass to hang out with tonight. And I can't wait to get it started with you guys. God, Jesus, praise be for Saturday. And also, last night was trash. I will say the chick fight was good. That chick's eyelid was hanging off. It was badass. The Tyson fight sucked. But I guess we all saw that coming from a mile away. And at least he got paid. Jake Paul lived, which sucks. But other than that, at least we lived to fight another day. Welcome to the Saturday show. I'm glad you guys are here. We got a lot to talk about today. Oh, just too damn much to talk about today. I'm very excited to get it going with you guys. We're up against the 379th Naked Snake today. And we're already a 10th of the way there, thanks to Billy Hatcher. So I thank you there. Also, our boy Nick Rekieta, I talked to him a lot today. He posted a ginormous post that aimed at taking some accountability. And I enjoyed reading it. I thought I wouldn't at first, but I enjoyed reading it. So we're going to read it together. We're going to go through the comments. We're going to go through all of that shit. And I'm going to tell you a little inside stuff. And hopefully you understand. Okay. You understand what's going on in the world. Because that's very, very important. I love you guys. I'm glad you're here. And I can't wait to get started. So let's go ahead and get started. Make sure before we do that, you like the show. Stop being a pleb. I see Sean in there not liking the show. Carrie's in here. I know she dislikes it every damn time, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Billy Hatcher with a pink boy. Thank you, Billy. He says, I find it stupid Nick's apologizing. I think he's going to do it again. I know he's been acting recently, but if he was honest, I'll be surprised if he doesn't act out again for a while. Well, it depends, right? It depends. It really, really does. And I got to think that given everything that's happened to him the last couple of while, a lot of it, and I mean a lot of it, due to his own actions, I think he's coming around. I think he's had a long time to look in the mirror, and I think playtime's over. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. So we're gonna go cover all of it. We're gonna have a good time doing so. But may he fuck up again? Yes, sure. Not everybody can rise to the occasion, and we haven't seen the other end of it, right? But I'm optimistic, as well as I know a lot of you guys are, because hey, you like to see a comeback story, right? Billy Hatcher, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Ooh. Sad Lad Chad says, word that starts with an N. Neighbor. So Sony Soprano says, Rekieta, a big old B word like Rich lately. Oh my God. Now, Rich is a bitch, though. That's for sure. Rich is spooky. Now, look. Here's one thing about Nick. At least Nick did not try to fly out women to try to smash their pizzas and live with them and shit. At least there's that. At least Nick doesn't stream about DSP 24/7, and all DSP is doing is just normal streams. Like, there's no drama. It's just DSP's just streaming. And Rich is just watching it and, like, slurring and laughing. And I'm like, what's happening? Why is all this happening? Very, very hard to watch that. Flying Dutchman, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Big Mike's here. Serene's here. How you doing, baby? Cloud, Rich falling off bed, that's for damn sure. Otto and Oreo's divorce. Hey, I don't know. Oh, my God. You thought I was talking about Grand Thumb. What the hell? Alexandra Chavez? What the hell? Anyways, boys, by the way, next Thursday, I'll be in North Carolina for the NASCAR awards ceremony thing. Doing all that stuff. It's going to be a one-day thing, so I shouldn't miss any more than one show, at least. Or I might move it to a different day because I know I have to leave Wednesday. And so I got that going on next week. And then I'm clear and good until January. I don't celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving or anything. So I'm good and clear all the way to January. I'm very, very excited. It's going to be really, really cool. And I'll be down about 30 pounds by then, which is I'm really looking forward to. And I'm also looking forward to taking a swig of a White Claw in Jan or February. That's for sure. Donna says, when will we know Truck and Xfinity races? Suggest race Xfinity, Walking the Glen and Lime Rock. Shit. You want me to do a road course? This is my first. What the heck? The tracks are close to me. Yeah, I don't know about road course. I'm still, that is still a discipline I need to do a lot in ARCA, I think. I have no doubt I could hold my own in an oval race, Richmond or something in Xfinity or trucks, but road course, bro. I'm still trying to grasp it. It's kind of the one that's just getting up to speed. It's one of those things. Before we start talking about our old boy, the nose, the law pope, do not forget, so much is coming together so nicely for my book called Ride and Die. It comes out, it's probably going to launch on the 23rd, but that's kind of tentative. It's right here. It's almost to 1,000 signups. Here's your link. You get a free hero card with signing up. It's going to be such a cool experience. There's another cover almost done, and it's so cool. It's my favorite. Am I allowed to say that? It's so cool. And you get it, of course. Now, look, the reason I'm shilling these signups so hard, and here's what I'm going to tell you, because I know it's really important to people like Donna and big people that like to go to NASCAR events and hang out with me and get dinner with me and stuff. It makes it easier on the front end. So, here's what's going down. There's going to be a very limited tier on this campaign. This tier is going to give you every single cover. So all 3 covers signed by me. You'll get an exclusive Cecil print signed by Cecil only in this tier. You're going to get your name or your business on my car for the entire NASCAR season, no matter what series or car I'm in, the entire season until October of next year. And you get VIP tickets to one of my races where you can hang out with me, go to dinner with me, all that good stuff. And that'll be a lot of fun. So technically I'm losing money on it because the VIP stuff I pay for, which sucks. But having it on the front end really helps me out getting started. And then I can kind of coast the rest of the year as far as traveling expenses go. So thank you guys so much. Don't miss it. It's going to be super, super limited. So get the hell on it, doggone it. Plus, you get every single thing in the campaign. So why not, right? Plus, there's also going to be tiers where you can just get all the comics and or all the comics signed and or individual covers and or shirts. All that is in there. Plus, my helmet will be on there signed by EBS. And it has a sketch of Cyberfrog by EBS on it. It was used in 24 NASCAR events last year. You can get that and or my fire suit, which was used in half the races last year as well, all signed by me, EBS, all that good stuff. So don't miss that. It's all going to be there. It's right there. The link is in the chat right now. Sign up to it as fast as possible. All right. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Satellite Chats has been watching old Nick streams and seeing the way he's been acting is really making me sad. Well, I mean, Nick said the same thing, right? Nick said, and now look, I only was told Nick said this, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I might have saw the tweet. I don't remember actually. But I remember seeing and or hearing someone say Nick said that why are people so surprised that someone fell victim to the rock star lifestyle? And that is what Nick was living. He was living 1,000% by the seat of his pants rock star lifestyle. Here's the issue. Okay. 5 kids and a wife. That's where the wrench gets thrown into everything. You can argue, okay, well, he's a Christian, blah, 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 all that stuff all day. But what, really throws a wrench to everything is you got a family. You can't really rock star lifestyle out. You know what I'm saying? And, I saw it firsthand. We were in Vegas together. We were in Nashville together. Everywhere I went and did a comedy thing, I was there with Nick. And yeah, Nick, he was the rock star for sure. There was 1,000 people lined up to see him. He was drinking, he was partying, he was having a good ass time, and he was not slowing down. And it finally caught up with him. So, because I guess he just snowballed a little bit, right? Sometimes people sleep. Nick did not sleep. Zach Whiteside says, "What do you think about the Tyson fight? Rigged or real?" I think Tyson was real. He's so old, man. He's so old. I remember watching the Roy Jones Jr. fight, and it was kind of similar, and that was 4 years ago. So, anyways, thank you. Make sure you like the stream. We got 500 people watching. Appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you sign up for Ride and Die. Let's go in and look at this this apology, because he's insinuating that he's taking a lot of accountability, and it's good, Oh my God. Anyways, Tyson and White, you're a single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops. Jenna, shut your ass. All right. I almost just freaking killed the stream. Wow. They shouldn't even put this stuff on the screen on StreamYard. I almost killed some bitch. All right. So first and foremost, let us go into the sauce. Let's jump right into the sauce, boys. The sauce. The sauce. The sauce. Oh my gosh. And if you didn't know, Nick's been going through hell. He's been going through a lot of stuff, and a lot of it was done by his own hands. Probably the majority of it was done by his own hands. These things tend to happen. It has been a whirlwind on Twitter. It has been a whirlwind in the courts. It has been a whirlwind for everyone watching, including his friends like me. It's been very interesting. We've been like, damn, left, right, center. How do we interpret all this, and how is he responding? And stuff started to get really, really weird. But finally, we have a message from Nick, which we're going to look at right now, which I think is better in a lot of ways than extremely weird, vague posting on Twitter and getting ratioed into oblivion, which is kind of what's happening, right? So let's take a gander at it and let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Why is it taking you so long? It's the mustache, obviously. That's what it is. It's the damn mustache. It gets everybody in the end. And also, I want to preface this with what did I just do? I want to preface this with something. Real quick. Okay. I'm gonna preface this with something. Here's the issue. And I've explained this before. A lot of people are angry at Nick. And they have nothing to do with Nick or his life or anything. Which is always something I find very interesting. Like, look, it's okay to be like, damn, that guy really fell off and not watch him anymore. I get it. And I know a lot of you are not like, I know a lot of you are like me, right? It was like when Rich fucked off. When Rich fucked off, I did a few streams about him. Now it's over, right? And there are still people every single day, like 20 or 30 dedicated people that are just really, really angry. And I'm like, how are you that passionate about something? It's like internet. It's a random dude on the internet. I've never really understood. Now, granted, look, I don't have that perspective because I don't have that kind of passion in those things. I don't viscerally hate, I don't viscerally hate, except for James Corden. I've said this before, but we're going to pull up the diary entry. God, I wish I could zoom in on this more. Jesus, it's terrible. Can you no, you can't. I know there's a way on StreamYard to mess with stuff. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's a little bit better. All right. So let's read this out, and I'm going to kind of give my take on all this. So this was a couple hours ago. Nick posted this. What's up, Rakin? A couple hours ago, Nick posted this and said, "Dear Diary, another week has gone by, and I continue to marvel at the way the internet processes information. I'm also haunted by specters, not ghosts, but figurative projections people place. It tipped off for me when someone claimed that me letting April live rent-free in a house was abusive because I didn't supply the house with internet. The specter of addiction allows people to self-justify any thoughts or words towards the alleged addict. There are several other specters at play currently, but right now, addiction is the hammer in search of nails." Now, what Nick's implying right here is I'm letting April stay in my extra house rent-free. I am a good person. That's what he's implying there. Now, I would argue, I'm going to argue a little. I got to do that. It's part of the show. I would argue that April would likely just be living with Aaron right now and totally fine. You know what I'm saying? If none of this would have happened. That's one of those things but that's just this is a random thought popping in my head. It's all good. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that's one of those things right? It's it's the what's the guy's name? Xerxes from 300. I am kind. I'm a generous God, right? It's kind of like how I envision that. I'm letting her stay here rent free. And and by the way, he's talking about how Keanu, if you guys remember, Keanu, she let it slip that April wasn't happy. April was kind of looking for a way out. April didn't have internet. She waits for Nick to call her, and she was reaching out to Keanu, telling Keanu that, Nick may or may have not missed some required drug tests. Now, a lot of this caused a big ass can of worms, and I mean a big old one. Like pop open and they're squirming out all over your face. Okay, not enough protein to eat them sons of bitches. That was what's going on the last couple of days. People saying that's not what I said. That's not what she said. And to be fair, if Nick confronts April, be like, "What the hell you doing, bitch?" She's going to crack under pressure, right? So I don't really take any stock into almost any of those things because it's so hard to know who's telling the truth, in my opinion. That's just my take on that, right? But and Aaron would be headbutting her, right? Art the Clown says April would be cheating with Aaron with any YouTuber that have money and clout. Yes. No shit. Here, let me put that out there for you right now. Look, I don't know April, but I get the vibe from April that if April was in the same room at a place, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It's one of those things where you're charming, you're kind of interesting, you have money, you have internet presence, you're likely going to win in that situation. That's most women, though. So don't get it twisted, right? It's just some are more susceptible to others. The fact that you could fall for a shit ass disc jockey, failed, absolutely rotten fucking personality guy that maybe leads to some credence to the fact that maybe she's more like that than everyone else. Because Aaron sucks. Did you guys hear that Aaron wants to fight me? He wants to box me. Aaron. That flabby fucking Aaron guy that I watched a fight on YouTube, and he literally just stood there with his hands up getting like whacked around. I bench over 400 pounds on flat bench. I shoulder press over 150 dumbbells. These are all things in the pectoral region that allows for a lot more strength and striking. This motherfucker's never worked out a day in his life. You're fucking kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? That dude's a goober. That dude goes to a gym and like messes with a speed bag for a minute, and he's like, I'm a pro boxer. Yeah, I'm a pro boxer, bro. I saw him on Twitter giving professional commentary or takes on the fight with Tyson last night. Bro, don't be that guy, Aaron. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that downloaded Fruity Loops and did a 4/4 drum beat, and now you're giving professional producers advice on how to produce fucking beats. Don't be that guy. Don't be Rich from fucking Review Tech. Don't be that guy that gives me advice on racing and you've never stepped foot in a fucking oval car. Don't be that guy. Oh, I play iRacing, therefore I can give you advice on running a real car. Don't be that guy, Aaron. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm a boxer. Bro, you fucking kidding me? You wanted to fight Ethan Ralph. That's basically a large infant. Nothing against Ethan Ralph. I'm just saying he's not a boxer. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I'm saying. Anyways, what a goober. What a goober. Naked snake tonight? Question mark. Big maga bulge. Let's hope so. Thank you, man. Yeah, did you know about my Fruity Loops technique? I tell you what. Oh my God. All right. Anyways. Oh, no, I would never fight Aaron. That's stupid as fuck. Here, have all this free clout and get killed. That's the same thing as the Tyson thing. The same thing as the Tyson match. If Aaron, by the grace of God, somehow beat me in boxing without throwing a punch, because that's what he does, then I look like a dumbass. If I kill Aaron, like destroy him, then I just look like an asshole. Why'd you fight this irrelevant YouTube guy with like 8 watchers for no reason and kill him? Why? Why'd you fly to Minnesota and do that stupid shit? I don't know. Sorry, no. I'm too busy, Aaron, competing in an actual professional sport. What the hell is wrong with this motherfucker? Silly Willie. All right. He's so silly. Let's continue go. Let's continue go. All right. Let's continue reading. Okay. Once you are labeled something sufficiently, the reality of your circumstances are irrelevant. The label is all that matters. It's why Trump was so effective at eliminating his competition. He branded them simply and effectively. Is he trying to say Trump's bad right here? Is he trying to say Trump's bad? And look, man, I got to pause already. Look, here's the issue. Okay. I don't think anyone labeled, and I could be wrong, look, dude, but I don't think anyone labeled Nick as anything. Now, look, here's the issue. Nick lost, and it's very apparent, right? So Nick lost like 60 pounds. He claims he was dieting. I am currently cutting weight for NASCAR right now. You don't diet down to skeleton size. That's just not a thing you do. So he claimed he was dieting. It was very apparent that his health was drastically declining. Okay. He was also obviously drinking a lot. And I love drinking, so don't like get me wrong here. But he was drinking a goddamn lot, right? And he was on stream and he was dying. That's where our favorite video comes from. You know? So that's a thing, you know? So I don't necessarily think it's people mistakenly labeling Nick as a thing. He kind of did that himself through what you were looking at. And I know there could be extenuating circumstances happening, But when you leave and take a break from your stream for 30 or 40 minutes and then come back and you were using the bathroom, like, yeah, people are going to ask questions. Whether or not he did a thing, they're going to be like, what the fuck you do? If I left for 40 minutes right now and came back and was like, sorry, guys, I was pooping, and I looked like fucked up, you'd be like, what the hell are you doing, Cody? You know what I'm saying? Right? I mean, people ask questions. And I think through maybe a lax position, he ended up with a lot of labels on him. And are those labels, are they legitimate? And a lot of people think they are. So I don't think people labeled him that way. I think he kind of instead labeled himself that way through his own actions. That's my take on it. But I could be wrong. Penultima says, I know how to stick shift. So here's how you get better at NASCAR. Dude, Penultima, I don't loot. It makes, look, Wrestler Town, try to leave 40 minutes. Like, not related, but when people try to give me advice on like racing, you need to back up your corners more and blah, blah, blah. And they like are not even on a team. They're just a random person that like DMs me on Instagram, and they're in no way, shape, or form have ever raced. Like, it unreasonably pisses me off. Now, luckily, I don't respond, but like, I'm like, where do you get off? Why do you think you know a thing? This is so weird. Why do you think you know something? Like, how do you? And they're so confident. They're so confident in what they're saying. People get so confident about their unsolicited advice about a thing they have no idea anything about. It's so fucking weird, man. It blows my asshole out the water, dude. Thank you, Penalto. I appreciate that. Where's my thing at? Oh, there it is. Where my thing is. All right. So Nick said he's been unfairly labeled, right? The brand of addict or alcoholic are used to strip the humanity from the branded and use fallaciously as fallacially. Oh my God. He did. See, now Nick's trying too goddamn hard. Fallacially. The brands of addict or alcoholic are used to strip the humanity from the branded as a trump card in any discussion, which is definitely true. I mean, I've seen people, like, you could have a valid point and somebody could be like, yeah, well, you do coke. And they're like, fuck. It's kind of like the fat thing. Like, if you're fat, I'll do that if you're fat. I will do that if you're fat. If you're fat and you like say anything disparaging towards me, I'll be like, bro, are you kidding me? Hold on for a second. Hold on. You are obese. So why are you speaking to me in any manner at all? You know, that's that's how I am. I'm an asshole when it comes to that kind of thing. I used to be the obese guy, right? Anyways, the addict is never allowed to deny the branding. Denial is a sign of addiction, after all. The brands justify condescension and any removal of autonomy necessary to prevail over the addict in any disagreement. These things are all true. They're all true, but it's also Nick's implying that he's none of these things, but he's been labeled these things. And I would like to wager that it's not him that labeled himself, or it's not people or viewers. It's him that kind of labeled himself that way, because he was real fast and loose for a while, right? He was real fast and loose for a while, and maybe he doesn't really remember, but those streams were pretty fucked up for a while. You know, I'm pretty sure I know Art. I'm pretty sure I have reached out to Nick and been like, hey man, you all right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Anyways, right. So, the brands also justify any imagination someone has about the addict. They must act in this way because they are an addict. It is a matriarchal specter that burns and nurtures further specters. So was like Nick, is he trying to be a writer? You're going a little hard, man. Going a little hard, okay? All right, look, it's not that serious. Not that serious, okay? Anyway, I can read half of this shit. It's like someone in the 1890s, okay? Did he just learn the word specter? I like the word specter. It was my favorite guy on Twisted Metal. Spectre. He was an English major. Ooh, gay. All right. Anyways, okay, so here's my analysis, really. The first specters. The first couple of paragraphs on this are kind of skirting responsibility. Right? But I believe the following kind of follows up on that and goes the other way, weirdly enough. Shit. They ain't none of, I don't have a single big word in my book. I hope you guys are excited. I'm like Stephen King, minus the like child orgy stuff. This year has been an object lesson in bad timing. That said, the assumptions about me, my family, my vices, my physical and mental health are often distorted, exaggerated, or downright fabricated. It is going to take a lot of time to try and correct the ones that matter, but I will try. And I would not. I would absolutely not. And look, I'm not shitting on anybody here. But you can't say in one paragraph, if you're labeled this thing, then you can never defend yourself, right? If you're labeled this thing, you can never defend yourself. But then in the very next paragraph, say, I'm going to try to correct the record. No, don't. No. You already know that you can't correct the record because you've been mislabeled an addict. Therefore, don't. Because I agree you can't, but also you can't believe both things, right? So that's one of those things. And again, in my opinion, Nick labeled himself all these things through outward exposure to social media, as recent as like a couple days on Twitter, he's acting like a fool. Maybe it's fun for him. Drexel's falling off the earth. He sure has. I haven't talked to Drexel since that day, man. Oh man. Art, don't be telling secrets in the chat, bro. What are you doing? Damn. Art's over here telling secrets. Oh my god. What king thing are you talking about? Child orgy, Carrie? And the first part of It. Like the clown movie, It, clown. Pennywise the clown. Yeah, after they defeat Pennywise, when they're children, they leave the tunnel and they have an orgy. And a lot of those things happen in King books. I read a book recently called The Long Walk. Very, very cool book. The ending sucked because you can't really finish it in a cool way. Right? You can't really finish the book in a cool way. But there was like 5 different points in that book where this 10-year-old kid or 11 or 12, I don't know how old they were walking the long walk and would like fantasize about like getting boners and like girls and fucking and like sucking. And I'm like, what? Why is this randomly happening all the time? I'm like, why does this keep happening in all the Stephen King books? I read another book that was like, it was like a bunch of short stories. I can't remember what it was called. Like Mystic and blah, blah, blah. And there was one about Clock Tower guy. Fucking anyways, you know the guy, the outlaw. What's his name? I forget now. It's left me. But he's like in a hospital bed and there's these witches taking care of him and they just keep like sucking his penis. And I'm like, wow. Like, why is this happening? Oh, and also the cadaver in the first story of that book, Roland. Thank you, Joshmo. In the first story of the book, there's a guy that's a cadaver, but he's actually alive because he got stung by a rare bee. And the lady doctor just starts stroking his penis. And I'm like, why isn't every Stephen King story someone strokes a penis? And usually they're little kids. Carrie says you're making shit up. All right, Carrie. You got to try harder, Carrie. Come on, man. Mufasa. Cody, oil up. Oh, yeah. What's up? All right. Make sure you guys like the stream, boys. I love you. Yeah, Dugan. Oh, the whole Long Walk book was excellent. until the very end. And I was like, oh, I mean, but you can't really finish. It's one of those things like Lost. You can't really finish it, in a way that's satisfying. It was kind of satisfying, but not really satisfying. To those waiting for accountability or an apology, etc., I'm sorry you'll have to wait a bit. The closure of my criminal case is necessary to speak candidly, and I believe candor is necessary to build trust. Not with social media people, for sure. But this is something I think everybody can agree on, unless you're like really you're in it for the drama. Nick really can't say a lot of stuff, right? Because he could fuck up his whole fucking litigation. Royal Wee says, how's the diet going? How much weight you lost? How's the food? I can already tell your face cheeks. I'm down 14 pounds. The food's fine. I eat the same thing every day. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind. I enjoy it. Yeah, it's good. We got another 8-ish weeks. So thank you, Royal Wee. Love you. Shogun said it's wild to think Stephen King wrote the original novels for The Running Man and Shawshank Redemption. It is weird, isn't it? Shawshank's goated. Thank you, Shoguns. A gold boy, by the way. We are one red and an orange away from a rainbow night on a Saturday. Wow. Thank you, Shogun. Wrestler Town says it was the only way out of the tunnel, Camelot. You don't like the advice from non-racers, but have you ever been stuck in the tunnel? Thank you, man. Oh, Jesus. No, I like shit on iRacers like 2 streams ago, and I had legit people mad at me. I could not believe it. I was kind of like trolling iRacers. I was like, iRacing is like, a lot of people that play iRacing think they're real race car drivers, and they're really not. They're really silly. And I had people saying they were unsubbing. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? You're taking it. And I was like, they take it too serious. And I'm like, you guys are literally in the chat taking it too serious. I play iRacing. I love it. It's a kick-ass video game. But holy shit. I race in real life. I went 190 at Talladega bump drafted for 2 hours straight. Okay. It's nothing like the video game. Not even close. All right. Let us continue. But now here's where we get into Nick finally. Because see, you read the first 60% of this, and you're like, damn, this sounds like another Nick thing, right? Nothing's true. Everything's bad. You guys are all liars, and I'm actually a good person. But then we get something new. And this is what I was excited to read when I was at the mall trying to get a damn suit tailored. God, I hate that shit. Never again. I will keep this suit. Except I can't wear it again because I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Fuck. All right. Anyways. Here we go. Nick says, I have made some poor choices and I've had some unfortunate variables in my equations. These things combined to bring my life to a brink over the course of this year. But the circumstances and story that brought them about may help people with perspective. So right here, very important, finally, Nick is saying, I've made some poor choices. Finally. Because, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, that's it? Dude, this is the first time. The first time. Nick's been like, look, I fucked up a little. You know what I'm saying? And he's told me this personally, right? He's told me this. I'm sure he's told a couple of you that know him in real life this. He has told me personally, he's like, dude, I fucked up pretty good and I'm taking accountability. And I'm like, hell yeah. And I'm like, all you have to say online is remove the top of this statement. All you say, retro gamer. All right. All you have to do is remove the top of the statement. I've made some pretty poor choices. I put a lot of things at jeopardy. I am grinding and I am on the path to success. I'm going to come back bigger and better than ever. And that's how it should be. Right? But then you go on Twitter and you're like, oh, April and Aaron likes to lick cum off my face and shit. That's not what he said, but I'm just goofing. All right, fuck. I'm just goofing. Look at Janet. She thinks she's so damn clever. She ain't that clever in real life, by the way. Look at he made some poor choices. All right. Anyway, let's continue. All right. So he says he's made some poor choices this year. I am well aware of my mistakes and failings. Okay. But people confuse being muzzled with not being accountable. Ooh, there you have it. Taking accountability, recognizing his mistakes. This is a very, I know you guys don't think so, but this is a very important step, in my opinion, right? These are not the same, though they may create similar impressions. I am accountable to many people for my actions. I am not accountable to a ravenous mob on the internet. So basically, what he's saying is, I'm not sorry to the people that are, constantly parasocially going after me. And I totally get it, right? I totally get it. All right. He's saying he's made poor choices that's affected his family, and he's being held accountable for them right now in multiple ways, whether it's personal or legal, right? Beep, beep, beep. Nonetheless, please do not confuse delay with denial. Some things have to wait. So he's not denying what he's done. He's saying he's made poor choices. He's saying he's taking accountability in his personal life where it matters most to him, right? And I know a lot of people are like, but we want you to apologize to us, right? But to be fair, and look, I need you to really stand back and look for a moment, right? I need you to stand back and really look for a moment. What the hell is in this vape? It's like a booger. Oh, let me get that out. Here's what you need to think about. To yourself, actually look in the mirror as a viewer. And I know this is hard. You are a viewer. You enjoyed Nick's show. Nick went off the rails. But why do you as a viewer, specifically need an apology? Right? Because even if you get it, you're going to call him a bitch ass. Right? And you should probably, What actually matters is his family. That's what actually matters. I talked to Nick today. Before we get into the comments, I'll tell you a little bit about what I talked to Nick today. And it's nothing crazy. It's no secrets or anything. It's nothing wild. But, getting his I want to, see where his mind's at. I talked to him and, whatnot. Booger vape. Yeah, there was a booger straight in that some bitch. Straight in that bitch. By the way, if you're planning on dieting, dieting, woo! Holy shit, I was about to die last night. For the first time since I started my diet almost 2.5 weeks ago, my stomach was growling, and I was like, oh shit. And I was sitting beside the fire watching Mike Tyson not do shit, watching the Netflix buffer, and I was like, oh shit. So I grabbed the vape, and I took a done. Pretty cool, man. It's like a super thing. This is super. Like a super cheat code, man. It's crazy. All right, anyways. Flightless says, we came for the legal hot takes, not weird polydrama. It is very interesting. And did you expect this? Now, this is kind of a segue, but did you expect any of this? Not me. And now look, when you start noticing patterns, you start expecting it. But I think the biggest thing about this whole, Moist Critical talked about this. Every large YouTuber made a video about Nick Rekieta. Right? Think about that for a moment. Everyone talked about this because it was so jarring. Look, if you found out Boogie had 2 girlfriends, it would be like, oh, okay, Boogie has another girlfriend he pays, right? No one would give a fuck. But for Nick, right? For Nick, Christian man, wife that he's, they love each other. He's the model of a monogamous relationship that we all should aspire, because he kind of held that realm online as the get married, have kids, like the Ben Shapiro thing, get married, have kids, right? And then come to find out, all these people were like, oh, well, Nick's this guy. And then you find out that he has a girlfriend that's decent. She's pretty good looking. She's she's a Minnesota 6.5. Pretty good. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Would I fucking Duke April? Sure. Yeah. What? And almost all of you would too. Don't be lame and lie to me. Okay. All right. Look, Missouri 7. Hell yeah. So for anybody else, that's fine. If you found out I had a girlfriend, two girlfriends, you'd be like, well, yeah, of course, right? But like Nick held a completely different spectrum of the internet. This is the issue. It was so jarring for everyone. For everyone. Right? When they found out he had like multiple partners. I really feel bad about the Aaron thing. Look, I'm kind of like, hell yeah, when it comes to like having a girlfriend. Look, and I don't necessarily agree. I mean, depending on what you're doing in life, if you're fucking in Utah and you have multiple wives, whatever, you know, I don't really care about any of that. Should you or should you not do it? That's like a moral decision, you know, maybe not 20 years in, but it's a moral decision. But when it comes down to, you know, what people perceive you as, that's where it becomes really jarring. And also the cocaine didn't help. Right? That was like the icing on the cake, and no pun intended. Oh, thank you, Flightless. Appreciate it. Oh my God. Anyways, oh look, blah blah blah. Get to the point. Rekieta, cry more. Thank you, Soapy. Thank you, Soapy to Proppy. Make sure you guys like the stream, by the way. Also, we're a fifth of the way to Naked Snake already. A red boy and an orange boy from a rainbow night. The only time multiple partners or drug use is bad is when the kids and they get neglected. Yeah. Okay. So let's speak to that a little bit. The Baldo solo plays. What's up, Steph? Sure. Now here's like the kind of the realm I occupy. I don't really have a problem with the multiple partners thing at all. Now, if it's Aaron, like I don't know what the hell you're thinking there. But from what I've heard, Aaron wasn't even really involved. He just kind of sat there and then like did humiliating shit after. That's what I can gather. Which is very unfortunate. Now look, whatever, like however you think about whatever the situation. Ooh, goddamn, Aaron was fucked up. This motherfucker would show up, not even get his penis out to do any exciting stuff, and just like clean up. He was on cleanup duty with his face. Oh, God. That's fucked up. Woo. Some people are like, damn, I would never want to be Nick. Yeah, you definitely never want to be Aaron. That's like, oh, God. Jesus, man. But anyways, yeah, multiple partners, whatever, dude. I've had multiple girls in a party, bro. And I've actually had, on one occasion, a guy who was there. And I didn't really enjoy that one. This is a long time ago. It's like over 10 years ago. Well, no, it's like 9 years ago, something like that. And I didn't like it. I was like 10 minutes in and I left. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the hell out. But no, multiple girls, yeah, it's fine. It depends, you know, depends on what's going on. So I don't really care about any of that. Now, depending on if you've been married, you have a bunch of kids in the other room, that's a little weird. Maybe, I don't know. Drug use, it depends on if it's out of control, right? It depends on if it's freaking out of control. Okay. So very important stuff. I don't judge anybody. I don't judge anybody that recreationally does drugs every now and then. I don't care. Right? Who am I to judge about that kind of stuff? When it gets to be a problem is when it gets to be a damn problem, right? Now, as far as the kids getting neglected, here's the issue. As far as the kids getting neglected, this is something that's relatively still up in the air, right? This is something we don't know for sure is if true. All we've heard, and look, I'm not saying it isn't, okay? Don't get me wrong. I know everybody's like, he's trying to No, we had a cop and a daughter say, can I get some clothes on, right? Suggesting that she wanted clothes because she was cold or what have you. And we have a test that is being heavily scrutinized and a messy house. And I'll be honest, when I lived, now granted, look, I lived alone, so it's not really the same situation. But when I lived alone, my house was fucking destroyed. Right? So that's kind of the idea. And I completely agree, by the way. So Turd Burglar, fucking Turd Burglar. What the hell kind of name, Turd Burglar? Stop the body cam and we can see if it's true. Now, here's the issue with that. I, as a viewer, completely agree with you. But putting myself in the perspective of the person that is the defendant, right? It's hard to say. But I get what you're saying, man. Major baby bird confirm. Baby bird confirm. What the hell does this mean? Thank you. Appreciate you. Yes, Mikhail, you're right. Messy house is a silly argument. Sure is. That's the one thing I don't really understand, dude. My house when I was in my 20s was nuked. Now, it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. It got pretty bad sometimes. But I could clean it up in like an hour, usually. Yeah. Didn't get too bad. Kara says, I'm waiting for Hotel Cook, the game to get made, starring Andrew Tate, with downloadable content of Nick Rekieta. Nick Rekieta. Thank you, Karis. I love you. There's also an argument here. Hey, what's up, Janae? What's up, Janae? How you doing, baby? Thank you, Karis. I love you. Appreciate you. So anyways, that being said, fuck, what I lost my train of thought. Great. Well, at any rate, I talked to Nick today. And Nick basically told me that he's absolutely balls to the walls, stressed out, tons of anxiety. And I think he's probably vocalized this to a lot of people as well. And I could probably imagine that feeling because, you know, I've been through a bunch of anxiety. Very different situation this year. Obviously, mine was racing and finances, and his is slightly different from a completely different thing, situation. But yeah, he told me that he's struggling with anxiety. He's struggling with stress and struggling how to kind of put the pieces back together. And from what I can gather, he just really, he kind of lets he lets the people online get to him a little too much. And I don't remember him being like that before. Right? And I think that it is only exacerbated by him going on Twitter and fucking getting yelled at more. Right? Which is why I'm like, go into the mountains and unplug. Go into the mountains and unplug for a long time. For a long time. All right. He also told me that if Aaron fought me, Aaron would die. He says Aaron is fake and doesn't actually do the boxing thing. And he goes to the gym like once in a blue moon. But he does posture as a boxer. We talked about that a little bit. So that was kind of funny. He said that Aaron was basically like their little like slave that did the humiliation shit, which is kind of sad. Which is very believable. I mean, he's kind of like a flabby, like glasses guy. Like I get it, you know. It's like Rich from Review Tech. Rich is literally Aaron, but like fat as fuck, right? And that's not a dig at Rich. Like, I mean, Rich knows he's a big guy. And Rich has a very, very, very like well-known humiliation kink. He likes to get told he's a piece of shit, kicked around and stuff. Aaron's likely the exact same way. In my opinion. The weirdest thing about cuckoldness or cuckoldry is the justification for it is always, oh, I'm just so damn mature. I'm mature. I'm so mature that I can watch my wife get banged in front of other people. I'm just that mature. And I'm like, that's not the secure position. That's the insecure position. In my opinion, you know, if you're okay with letting that happen to your wife, it's because you are so afraid of saying anything or putting your foot down at all that could hurt your relationship with her. You're so afraid of losing her that you're like, yeah, just do whatever you want. That's the insecure position, in my opinion. Secure is being like, no, bitch, fuck off. Make me a sandwich. That's the secure position. Right? That's the issue. Kayla said, unfortunately, that's why I stopped watching Nick. Elaborate why you stopped watching Nick, please. So I can, oh, yeah. Oh, Eric July is no better than Nick. In what way? In what way? Cucking security equals coping. Nice stat, thank you. Yeah, look, as far as the abuse from Aaron goes, that's actually kind of hard for me to wrap my head around, considering. Now, look, here's the issue. You know, Nick has been on camera, like licking Aaron's face and kissing him and like having fun in a hot tub with him. Would you willingly do all these things if he was abusive? That's, you know, that's kind of what I think. That's how my mind operates, right? Why are you doing all these things to this guy if he's literally an awful person, right? It's kind of like how Biden called and Kamala called Trump Hitler over and over and over and over. And then they're like, yeah, we're doing a peaceful transfer of power, and we met today and we're having a good day. And I'm like, what the fuck? But you said he was Hitler. Luffy says, stop picking your nose. I'm opening my deviated septum and breathing. Because I am broken and apparently have very bad genetics. Just be happy that my allergies aren't acting up today, or else you'd be in for a wild ride. You guys know who frequent my streams. By the way, we have a pink boy, one red boy from a rainbow night, and it's Jenny Baby Back Ribs. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, here we go. Yay. Thank you, Jenny, so much for your love and support. You're so good to me. I really appreciate it, Jenny. I love you. Does Nick say that mustache tickles his balls? No, what? Hold on, think about that. Like, geographically, Reven. Wait. No, that wouldn't make sense. Yeah, think about that geographically. The mustache would be hitting the like pelvic region. And if you're eating the ass from behind, which that's the only way you do it, obviously, it would be above, it'd be like the lower back crack. So, yeah, come on. We got to think about biology. It'd be tickling his pelvic region. Thank you, Jenny. Is the implication that you're 69ing? Maybe. Yeah, okay. Maybe. But that's not actually as lucrative as people think. 69ing is like what teenagers think adults do. I've done it like 4 times. I'm like, why am I doing this? You know? Anyways. What'd you say, Sean? What was your question? Sorry. Anyways, we're going to read the comments. I want to read the comments on his locals because a lot of people are wild there. Granted, a lot of the people that are left now are kind of like not, you know, I think a lot of people were tired of giving their money to like see shit, right? And a lot of the shows kind of slowed down and all that stuff, right? Thunder Kid, I think the problem is that we gave all him money with the assumption of who we were giving money to, and it was all a true grift. Now, here's the issue. I understand exactly what you're saying, Thunder Kid. But as far as I know, this stuff didn't start happening until October of 2023. Is when it started, I started noticing, right? So, unless it was like very recently, which, I mean, you got 3 months and he didn't even stream, he canceled like 90% of his shows, right? You know, Nick wasn't that guy, right? Back then. Which is why I think a lot of people, you know what, I would probably say when I actually like legitimately think about it, in a viewer perspective, it does get me butthurt because I did really, 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 really enjoy pulling up a Nick stream at 2 a.m. while I was writing music or writing a book or, you know, or anything. I really enjoyed pulling Nick up and listening to him talk about different things. Right. And then it kind of turned in. You could see October-ish of 2023, Nick, you could tell he did not want to stream anymore. He hated it. You could just see it. And that's when I was reaching out. Hey, man, you all right? And he's like, yeah. You know, not really. Right. So that's the issue. Right. But that's who called me eyebrows guy? Eliza Belza. Oh, look, it's eyebrows, dude. What the hell you mean? All right. Anyways, what the hell? God. All right. Let's read these comments on the locals and see what kind of where their heads at. Because these are like the true, like last living fans. You know, so as a viewer, it seemed to get worse with the Friday streams. I don't really remember. You're not talking about the ones I was on, damn it. Those were great. This was before. These are in the before 4 times. By the way, we have almost 1,000 people watching. Please do me a favor and like the stream. Very important to you, dumbass redneck friend. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. And don't forget, do not seek the treasure. I'm sorry. Don't forget about this. Okay. I'm releasing my first book. It's a graphic novel called Ride and Die. It's got a lot of titties, a lot of demons, a lot of killing. Cecil's in the book because it's based in true events. It's looking real cool. We have almost 1,000 signups for it right here. Make sure you go sign up. Yes, I am grifting and shilling and going as hard as hell on this book because I'm very excited for it. And I've never done anything like this, and I've wanted to write since I was like 9 years old. So I'm going for it. EBS, John, Cecil all really kept me going and told me to finish, and I'm finished. So the covers look amazing. The interior art looks amazing. I'm so excited, and there's a lot of titties and asses, especially the most recent page I got, titties and asses. Sign up for it. It is completely free to sign up. The reason I say it is because there's going to be a very limited tier on this book. This tier gets you every cover signed by me. That's 3 covers. Every piece of art in the campaign. Also an exclusive Cecil art signed by Cecil. It also gives you your name and or your company on my NASCAR race cars for an entire year. It does not matter what series. Menards, Xfinity, Truck Series. It'll be on my cars. Plus, you get 1 VIP ticket, plus 1 or a couple if you have a family, to any race you want to go the entire year. You want to go to Talladega? You can come to Talladega. You can get in the pit box with me, sit in the garage. We can eat dinner together. We can have a good time. So right there, very limited. And also there'll be a bunch of other tiers like my helmet, my fire suits, all that. You can buy all of it on there and get on it. Doggone it. All right. Thank you. Just want to throw that out there because we got 900 people watching. Come on. Got to shield the shit, boys. The fucking cover is so cool, man. This cover is so cool. Here's the Ricardo Jaime cover. Where is it? Right here. Looking real slick. I really like the chick's face. He got her so good, man. I love her face, man. So this is the standard cover by Ricardo. And then we'll have 2 more by some really talented guys. So don't forget. Don't forget. Damn, that would be cool to have my dad's tribute band on your car. Hey, man, get the tier and we'll do it all day. As long as it's not like, as long as the name of his band is not Hitler Was Right. I had a lot of people trying to do that shit last year. Lisa says, please don't believe everything Nick tells you. He hasn't been honest 100% of the time. I don't think Aaron's abusive. I think his ex made shit up. Aaron's a twink. That's for sure. Love y'all. No, and look, I get it. I get it. I'm right there with you. But I do have to say something. Okay. And I don't operate in a parasocial way. I don't discount people for the rest of their lives because of something they did in the internet forum. Okay. Like I've been friends with Nick for a long time. I think the stuff he did was like pretty fucked, but I also think he can come back from it. So that being said, so I'm still hanging out in the middle like a true fence sitter. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Jedi Knight of the Difficult says Eric July pressing charges on Riley for taping money to his warehouse after DMCA striking him, which led to his arrest, is worse than Nick's crimes. Is worse than Nick's crimes. I think that's an opinion. That might be an opinionated statement there, Jedi Knight. I don't know nothing about the Eric July thing. I haven't followed anything for so long about any of that stuff. I don't know. But that being said, thank you, Jedi Knight. I love you. Big Mega Bulge. I'm only buying your comic if nice ass shots like in Metal Gear shows up. Oh, you want to see a preview, Mega Bulge? Here you go. This is a very rough preview because it's still very early stages. But I want you to keep in mind that this book is completely done. The art is what's being finished right now. So this isn't something that's gonna be like 4 years. It's gonna be pretty quick. Oh, look at that. Look at the ass crease. How can you be disappointed in the ass crease? How could you? Come on, Big Mega Bulge. Look at that ass. Look at him. There's me right there. And by me, I mean my character. It's definitely not a self-insert. I would never do that. All right, anyways, there you go. LOL says, stop bottle washing. Nick cannot come back from it. Anybody can really come back from anything. It just depends on what you consider coming back, right? So, I can't breathe. So, for example, Ethan Ralph's done some crazy shit, still does the show, right? Andrew Tate has been, accused of the most craziest shit I've ever heard of. Still coming back, right? Now, can he make a comeback for you? LOL? Maybe not. You're right. But I don't necessarily think it's like up to you or me or anybody, right? Nick can start streaming right now and start, enjoying it, caring about it, talking about stuff he wants to talk about, and keep going, right? Unless he gets banned from everything. I guess that's, possible, right? So, thank you, LOL. I appreciate you. Joe Schmo says, here's to keeping the naked snake streak alive on Rumble with a $50 Rumble rant. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I love you. No, I agree, Joe Schmo. I agree. James Burns says, Diddy can never come back. See, that's a little different. He's in the prison forever, but he'll probably have access to social media. I would imagine. All right, let's read these comments, boys. There's a lot of them. Okay. He said he doesn't want to stream anymore. She's what he wanted to do. No, I said it appeared like he didn't want to. And I think he verbalized that a lot. Like it was just too much for him. So there's that. So he's going to have to find passion in it again. The issue is it's very hard to find passion in something that becomes your work, right? So like racing is my passion. I love getting out there and going 200 miles an hour. It is the most unbelievable feeling that you'll ever feel in life, in my opinion. But also there's a lot of stress and anxiety from performing and finances, right? So, stuff like that. Granted, I love streaming, but that's a different thing. Different thing entirely. Let me pull up the comments here. Thank you, Joe Schmo. Thank you, Joe Schmo. Halfway to Naked Snake, by the way. Mad Move says, especially when you hit the wall. Ooh, Lord. Ow! All right. Foxbody says, Aaron came clean and on his mistake. Sure. You're right about that. The issue with the Aaron thing is the caveat is he's not really facing litigation that has to do with those things, right? That's kind of an issue, I think. That kind of fucks up everything. All right, here we go. Here's the comments. First comment is from Diamond Henna. It says, being accountable means not talking about your court case or admitting April is living with you or that Aaron drank your own. No! Oh my God. Why do I have to keep fucking remembering this? The public does not need to know that. It only shows your lack of regard to your family and the seriousness of your charges. Yeah. Great point. Can't really argue with that one. Mr. Will says, hey man, thanks for the update. And it saddens me to hear that you and your family have had to take on a ton of pain based off of fears and insecurities of another. I'm guessing he's referring to Aaron. I'm heartened that you seem to be working to keep yourself together as well as much as you do. That is what us fathers do. Keep up the cooking streams, and the online mob can fuck right off. Most are random assholes online who don't give a shit, who don't have their shit together, so they have to seek to revel in the pain of others. Just know that you are a good number of randos online who actually want the best for you and want to see your success through adversity. Look, people call me a baldo washer. Mr. Will is a baldo washer. Mr. Will is a baldo washer. Look, dude. Look. There's a lot of nuance here. But when you say it saddens me that you and your family have to take on a ton of pain based on the fears and insecurities of another, a lot of this pain is self-inflicted, right? Like, you know, so I don't think all of this is Aaron. Well, I guess Aaron did turn Nick in, so in a way it is Aaron's fault. But also there was something to be turned in for, right? So all right. Anyways. Still Life says apologizing is gross and gay. Tug Simp is on here, says you will overcome this, Nick. These two thought it was all over. You have many people waiting for your return, missing your streams, praying that the light that's gone out in your eyes returns. Agreed. The humor where you don't give a fuck what you say. I'm looking forward to the takedown of these idiots. Stay strong, Nick. You have already overcome more than others could have taken. Think of the positives. Let the snakes reveal themselves. Your life will be more fulfilled without them. Love you, Nick. Now, you've overcome a lot, Tug Simp. Self-inflicted, right? So we got to be fair. We have to be fair. Like, when you're like, man, you're overcoming a lot of adversity. It's all of it self-inflicted. So it's kind of like congratulating. Now, look, this is in no way, shape, or form comparing the situations or shitting on somebody, but it's like congratulating somebody for being 30 days sober for like the 100th time. You know, it's like, but you did this. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, though. But I don't know why you posted a picture of Mike Tyson's ass, Tug Simp. So this is, why is this? Why did you post a picture of Mike Tyson's ass, Tug Simp? Why? Koof said, thank you for not killing yourself. Rekieta says, thanks for always reminding me not to. It helped. Well, at least there's that. At least there's that. It's a nice ass. Yeah, he had a pretty good ass for like an old man. You know? Koof always says that. Oh, classic Koof. Nicola says, the internet mob are easily silenced, too, with your ignorance to it. Choose blissful ignorance and remove yourself from the situation. Listen to nothing, and they exist in a different place that isn't your mind. Those who wish well, you'll know are genuine, and you'll see these are probably those who've come through suffering, not currently rotting inside, finding a place to set their toxicity on. The real human beings will become apparent as life gets easier again, brother. This is good advice, right? The internet mob are easily silenced with your ignorance to it. Choose ignorance and remove yourself from the situation. I think that's a really, really good, it's good advice. It's good advice. Now, you know, then you have the issue where Nick he wants his freedom of speech. He wants to say what's on his mind. He wants to do all these things. And I mean, I'd wager he sees it as an attack when people are like, dude, just like chill out. And he's like, hey, fuck you. Right. And I think, you know, it's a good position. Unplug for months and don't log in. You know? So Dom Biggity said, the initial radical backlash against you was enough of a sign for me to remain supportive of you and yours. Regardless of what the voices on YouTube and elsewhere say, I continue to pray for a swift and positive resolution to your situation, Nick. All right, let's continue. Florida, Bama. That's 2 states. That's 2 states. So the people that don't like baldo washers in the chat are going to really enjoy this thread. Foley says he's like Ralph. He cannot stop reading his Kiwi Farmers Red. Yeah, like that's one of those things, man. You live or die by it. When I first started YouTube, and if any of you are creators and you've gained a little bit of a following, you'll understand what I'm saying immediately. When you start gaining a following on social media, you will get people that hate you, whether it's for legitimate or non-legitimate reasons. Like, people thought my accent was fake when I first started, so they started making hate videos about how my accent was fake. And I'm not actually from Alabama. I'm from Canada. Keep in mind, they just made this shit up. The wildest thing. And then they would try to dox me, and my address is Alabama. I'm like, what the? How can you believe both things? Anyways, so what I noticed very, very early on was, oh, they're just like making crazy shit up to try to garner a reaction from either you or your community. And I'm like, oh, and I learned that like when I had 28K subs, which was like the first or second day I was doing YouTube, like for real doing YouTube. So I never worried about it again. I never went to those videos. I never went to the forums. I didn't really care. There is a forum that tries to find my nudes, which I enjoy that forum. I haven't looked at it in like a year, but I do enjoy it. But there are a lot of forums that are always going after you. And, you know, I learned early on to just not really worry about it, right? Unless they're getting you swatted over and over, then you're getting swatted, right? Now, Nick, on the opposite end of the spectrum, he has to read it. Now, granted, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he's reading it. And it just creates a spiral, like a maelstrom, just can't escape from it, right? And I think that's the hardest. I don't want to say is obsessed, but maybe addicted to the next thing people are making up. And that's what drives him. Which goes back to this comment that, you know, unplugging and just not being on social media for a long time would likely fix all these things. Right? And you can disagree or agree or whatever. But right now, Nick is the guy that you love to hate. Right? We as humans, whether he deserves it or not, we as humans love, a big portion of us love. A small portion doesn't, but a big portion of us love to kick people while they're down because it reminds us of our own situation and it lets us distance ourselves from our own situation, especially if our situation is bad. Usually you'll notice that people kicking down on others are people that actually have never really done anything. You know, they work at Kroger 9 to 5. They have since they were 16. They're 38. They're divorced and or whatever. And they're like, fuck, you know, like, so they find an outlet online to, you know, make themselves feel more adequate. And I don't really know if there's something wrong with that. It's kind of hard to say because people need those outlets to probably function, and maybe that's okay. But you'll always notice that the people that are angry at you for doing something that you may consider a success, they will always be angry at you for not achieving more while they achieve nothing. And that's just a thing, right? That's the thing people do. So I get it. You know, I always try to look at all the perspectives. It's kind of hard. It is kind of hard sometimes. But that's my perspective on it. That one girl says, thanks for Wireless Advocates episode. Cathartic. Oh, yes. They fired me for low sales post-pandemic as if it was my fault. We had no customers or no inventory. Yeah. Post-paid phones. What a terrible business that is. Man, they gave me $40,000 in bonuses in 1 year. And then the next year they said, never mind. We're going to take your bonuses away, but we're going to give you a $5,000 raise. Oh, damn. Thank you. Lisa Kenyon says that Tyson ass shot popped up on my pirate Netflix site. Not bad. I can't unsee it. So where can we find your body shots? I will post myself with my abs out in January on Instagram. Follow me on there. And maybe on Twitter too. I don't know. Thank you, Lisa. I might add a tier to my book of me just doing a pinup when my abs are out. I have pretty good abs when I'm cut. I do declare. Try not to be egotistical or anything. but they look nice. LOL. Nick's own videos plus his pastor turned him in. Look at the warrant. Yeah, I already know about this. If he truly has family money, he should get off the internet and stop blaming others. Okay. I don't think his money situation is that good. Here's one of the. That's one thing. But yeah, you're right. You're right about the first part. He should definitely. Now look, I don't want to be one of those guys that's repeating the same shit. Get off the internet, Nick. But I think it is solid advice. You know, maybe it's hard to say. I'd be gone. I'd be gone. Now, granted, I'd be gone if I got a really lucrative deal in racing. I'd probably be gone. I'd try to stream once a week, but it'd be so hard. Thank you, LOL. Appreciate you. Some of us just hate everyone. Yeah, Mad Move. I get it. I get it, dude. I totally get it. Okay. Can you put the not safe for work filters on those so I don't have to see them? No. So Serene says he put himself in the situation and owns it. That's what he says in this post. Yeah. That's one of the things I like to see is he is saying he's holding himself accountable for his family and he has made mistakes. So that's a good move. All right. Florida Bama says, Nick, it's an extremely uncomfortable position you and your family are in because when you're branded, you're branded. End of story. Whether you're in a small town with a hostile police department or a workplace where gossip spreads like wildfire, do not let this destroy you. Let it afford you the opportunity to tell your story. I plan on writing a short book on my experiences in the industry as well, not to make money, but to warn people about the abuses of power. Stay strong, Nikki, and keep your family together. We're rooting for you and looking forward to the next time you and Dick Masterson do it. Yeah, I guess that's a pretty solid one. It's hard to say. You know, there's nothing really wrong with it. Baldo Washi, sure. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it though. I hope you get better. I mean, that's kind of the whole gist of it. And I, unlike others, I don't want to see people like destroyed and killed. You know, that's just not how I am. Right? I bring a point one time where I asked that question. I was like, to all the people like really angry, like, what do you want to happen? Because my opinion has always been the same, or my desire is, you know, Nick goes through his trial, he pays his dues, he's clean, he gets his family, his family's taken care of, and he goes on the right path, and he becomes a success after, like a success story. And people are like, wow, you're a bottle washer, sweeper. And I'm like, hold on. Like, so what do you want to happen? Right? Like, what do you want to happen? And some people are pretty honest about it, but some people are like, how do you answer the question? Because from what you're insinuating is you want more things to go bad so you're entertained, which isn't really a justifiable position in my opinion. Do you want to see him go to jail? Sure, fair. Some people are just like, either A, you want him to better his family and become a success and get this all taken care of, or B, you want him dead. Which one is it? Right? Because if your position is you're mad that he neglected his children, you know, something I believe is still up in the air. But if you're mad at that fact, then wouldn't him taking care of business, taking care of his children, and getting it all back on track for his children's benefit be what you want? It's very interesting. It's like you can't believe both things. So that's kind of the issue. Let's continue. Yeah. Neurodivergent. Tennis lessons getting away. What the hell are you talking about? Neurodivergent says, well, shit. I guess you can stick to cooking streams for a while. Maybe we could do a book of the month club. That should be safe. In all seriousness, I look forward to your triumphant comeback. Remember, it's the blue-haired trans commies that scream the loudest. that doesn't make the majority, and no one really gives a shit what they have to say. Prayers. Well, Nick really gives a shit what they have to say, which is, I think, a part of the issue. Is just care. He cares too much about that stuff. To his detriment. Make sure you guys like the stream, by the way. We're almost to the goal already. God, we're not even been live very long. We are halfway to Naked Snake, though. 379 on the dock. 379. All right. Gal515 says, rather than fixate on someone else's accountability for the consequences of the lines, sips, and slips they may have taken in their own life, where's the accountability for the online creators for likes, clicks, and subscripts? I like this lady a lot. I'm going to be honest. She's kind of awesome because the way she words things is just fun. They have absolutely taken on the coattails of a family in crisis. They are Rekieta family addicts awaiting the next post for the next fix. 100%. Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. I kind of like, we all enjoy a good story, right? It's just like when it becomes a detriment to everybody, you're like, I truly hope the Rekietas can reach a fair agreement with the court that will prevent their children from having to be part of a trial directly or indirectly. It must be stressful for them as well. Honestly, once Nick is able, I hope he does not tell the story. Rather, I hope he tells them the Rekieta family pain isn't there. Mana. Don't feed them, Nick. Let them starve. Nick responded to this and says some of the story needs to be told for accountability. Some of it belongs in private. All of it did, really. But someone else decided that entirely. Well, here's the issue. And this is, I don't want to be a broken record, but if you are going to tell a story about what happened here in a way to take accountability, it better be you admitting, I did this. It was wrong to my family. Done. Because if you do, I did this, but if I did this, but if you put a but in there, you lost, right? You know what I'm saying? And I hate when people do that. You ever been arguing with a woman? Look, I'm a guy, so that's usually what I'd be arguing with. You ever been arguing with a woman and you kind of catch her in her bullshit and she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. She apologizes, but then she says, but, oh, I'm sorry. But if you wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, just fucking go all out. Just agree to take accountability for all the things and move on. I think that's the most important thing to take away from that. Seize the Day says nobody cares about somebody nor believes somebody and definitely sees the psycho in somebody. Enough said, turn the page, waiting for the next streams. Grouchy Old Geezer says parasocial relationships indeed. You think these people had nothing better to do with their time or were all women? Pants Maestro says, well, with regards to Sean, I'm not commenting on the fact that estrogen is fat soluble. I don't know what that means. It's like inner drama that I don't know about. Ave Hine says you can't let yourself obsess over weirdos that have thoughts about you online. Move on and do your own thing. Talk about cooking, faith, law, or whatever. I just wish you'd stop acknowledging and arguing with these people. It's not healthy. It's not entertaining or fun. Well, I guess it probably is for the people. And most importantly, for those people. So, yeah, I guess. I mean, if your streams are therapeutic, that's one thing. I will tell you in my repertoire of entertainment, cooking and faith streams is not, I will not be there. And that it doesn't have to be for me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, right. BD453 says, praying for you, praying for others to have patience, waiting for your timetable to allow you more disclosure. Patience is knowing what to do while you wait for God to answer your prayers. God bless you. Swift Fox. All right, hold on. Let me take a drag of my watermelon vape. Yeah, delicious. Or wait, Serene said Nick only watching. He's modding. He's a modding clown. You think Nick is art? Damn. I mean, they're kind of similar, but well, not really. Oh, Swift Mark says, as I've read on Twitter, it's really none of my business. I've only commented on what you said publicly and considered what other people said to be nothing more than bizarre erotic fanfic. That being said, fuck Keanu. She pretends to be this morally upstanding person who's just looking out for a friend, but she betrayed April's confidence for online clout. And fuck Worski. He's an actual recovering addict and should show you some sympathy. Look, I watched a clip from Keanu. I don't really know nothing about this situation other than what she said, April said. And here's my issue with that whole situation. I still have Monster left. Holy shit. Here's my issue with that situation. Keanu betrayed April's confidence, right? But did what she say, was it true? Because that drives a very, very, very big wrench into a ginormous damn clock. Because the stuff she was claiming April said were pretty fucked up. You know, so I don't know much about Worski. He's always been nice to me. He's an actual recovering addict. I don't like the implication that Nick's look. I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, maybe I like this stuff too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why there's such this weird stigma of being like, yeah, I'm an addict and I'm trying to recover. Right? I'll tell you right now, like when I drink like 3 or 4 times a week, I start really enjoying drinking, I want to drink every day. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to stop drinking for a couple months to reset like all that and get my bearings straight and really focus on fitness and health and my professional life and reset and come back. And that's what I do every year. And I have no problems admitting that I do enjoy it. Like there's a part of me that wants to drink most days. So, you know, I recognize it and fix it and move on. And there's this weird rhetoric that I don't necessarily agree with. I don't necessarily think you lose 60 pounds if you're not fucking enjoying the snow, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, look, I enjoyed this thing and I'm going to stop enjoying this thing. I'm going to move on. Right. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but hey, whatever, you know. Rekieta says the implication seems to be that Keanu was talking to Aaron prior to her conversation with April. That makes that conversation exceptionally dishonest. It also goes against what Keanu said to me directly. I've come to expect dishonest interactions, especially from content creators. It really sucks that April is unable to trust her friend. Swift Mark says it would seem that there is a vast conspiracy against you. I'm sorry that this is happening. And I think it bears to be said. Yeah, Trish, I'm 250 from Fight Snake. I think it bears to be said that if the implication is everyone is dishonest but you, that is going to be a hard thing for people to grasp. Like, wouldn't you agree? It's going to be a very hard thing for especially like just viewers or like people, everyday people that are just living their lives. It's going to be hard for them to grasp that every single person talking in every single spectrum is a liar except the person being accused. And I think that's where we end up in this weird situation, right? I don't think Nick is necessarily being dishonest about a lot of things, but when you, just like the branding, you remember the branding thing Nick was talking about earlier, when you brand everybody else as a liar, right? Everybody else is a liar, then it's going to be hard for people to grasp that it's not a projection, right? That's kind of how my mind works. Grifty says, love this man. Grifty is a Baldo washer, but we love Grifty. Love this man. Those with a soul or a little bit left of life experience should understand this is totally just waiting, praying for your triumphant return. Oh, Lisa, hold on. I didn't see you. Super chat. Lisa says, look, it moved my little dumbass head. Isn't that nice? Lisa says, I tried to watch a few cooking streams, but I had to stop. It was just sad. On Morrissey's sobriety anniversary, Nick told him to die. Yeah, that was probably a bad choice. Now, Nick did finally delete that tweet. That tweet should have probably never happened. I remember messaging someone when I saw it, and I was like, man, what the fuck is Nick doing? God damn it. I literally was like, bro, what is he doing? No! What are you doing, dude? Fuck. Oh, God, Jesus. Like, yeah, you can hate somebody. I get it. But God, damn, bro. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Ashley! I love you, Ashley. You're so good to me, Ashley. You're so good to me. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Ashley. Ashley and Lisa, goated 230 to Naked Snake. All right. Let us continue. Let's make music together. Let's make sweet harmony. Hey, like the stream. We're almost to 500. This is a good show. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. All right. NE Patriot says people's opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Most stink, but some are fantastic. How old is this motherfucker? Oh, no, he's only 35. What are you doing? Keep your head up. Those of us that actually give a shit will wait for your side of the story. There's always two sides. Love and peace to you and yours, brother. Nerd. Nerd. Oh, Nicole is commenting a bunch. Michelle, damn it, move. Michelle says, well said. I lie. I keep you and my family in your prayers. I don't see anything wrong with well wishes. Fidelio, what's up, baby? Lady Laws. Oh, Lady Law, actually. Says, actually, let me read Madoof. I'm sorry. I don't mean to ignore Rumble chat, but I don't know why. It's just, I need to get better. Mad Move says Nick's a hypocrite and she person, but most of us are what? So whatever. Sure. Well, and we're all hypocrites. Every human's a hypocrite to some degree. It's like a spectrum. It's like autism, right? Everybody's on everybody's on the spectrum of hypocrisy, right? It's just how severe are you? A high functioning hypocrite or a low functioning hypocrite? You know, shitty person. Most of us are, so whatever. I'm sure. I think most of us have fleeting moments of shitty. Some more than others, sure. The ultimate fence sitting take. There you go. Lady Law says, Nick, I think it's important to note that no one on the internet knows the full story. Sure. Those who are unable to speak become an easy target for money-hungry, attention-seeking trolls. It's particularly disappointing to see those in the legal profession convict you without giving you the opportunity to be heard. It's also important to point out that everyone is addicted to something: likes, clicks, views, food, pornography, sex, drugs, gambling. Your life is your own, your demons are your own, and they're none of our business. Now, look, this is very true. But here's where it starts to change for me is your life and your demons are your own and they're none of our business. The issue is they started becoming very, very apparent on stream. So when you outwardly show these things, it becomes everybody's business, whether they want it to or not. That's where the snowball happened. Where were we? Nashville, maybe? Middle of 2023. October 2023, maybe, actually. I can't remember. It's somewhere around there. And at that time period, Nick was 95% looked at in a positive light. Right? I'm pretty sure that's correct. September 2023. Everybody was like, Nick is goated. We sold out a comedy club. I was there. I did the opening set. And I killed, which shouldn't have happened because I have no idea what I was doing. So how does it flip that hard that fast? It's because it became very outward on stream. So when everybody was seeing, Nick lose 50 pounds in front of our eyes in like a couple months, and tired, flushed, leaving for an hour at a time, disappearing, All this weird canceling every show, almost every show, you know. And then when he would have a show, you could tell he did not want to fucking be there, right? And I have been in those moods where I don't want to be here. I have stuff on my mind. I get it, but it was very extreme. That's when it became everybody's business. So it was hard to separate that from, you know, because now everybody's a part of it, right? That's why my advice, you know, and look, I know Nick doesn't like the advice. I get it. And I don't like unsolicited advice either. But logging off prevents that from happening, right? So, Scott E, what's up, buddy? Andrew Wahoo's Mario ass is in here, by the way. Lady Law, your life is your own, do me your own. Okay. Being a content creator does not, wait, should I pull? Oh, sorry. Lady Law, look how pretty she is. All right. Being a content creator does not mean that random internet weirdos get to have unfettered access to your personal life. Sure. The only ones you must answer to for anything are God, yourself, and your family. The rest of us are irrelevant. That said, I look forward to your return. Peace, brother. Yeah, I think all that's right. I agree with all that, except for this one sentence, because it kind of just became fight. You know, it was public display, right? It's like you go to your nearest strip mall where kids frequent, and there's a dude with his balls out and he's slapping like stuff. You know, you're not going to be like, you have your own problems and they're yours. No, you're going to get arrested. And everybody's like, wow, that guy's crazy. You know, maybe I don't know if I'm drawing parallels correctly, but you kind of get what I'm saying. All right. Let's move on. Pest says, word on the street is that Keanu and her husband was the original swinging couple that Aaron and April swinged first. Kiki wants the original polygram. No one wants Aaron. Can someone please give me an actual argument for why you would want to swing with Aaron? Oh my gosh. The only thing I could see is if Aaron wasn't involved. Like literally not at all. Like maybe he was in the other room watching TV. That's all I can imagine. Maybe. Art says, I can't believe you called me similar to Nick. Now I'm driving this for Spicy or Primo fucking nose candy. No, look, I was fucking with you. Come on now. Cody has a guest house. Can you guess how long he put up with April? I do not have a guest house. I have a pool house, but it's not for guests. It has plants and statues of Greek people in it. It's my dog. My dog sleeps in there when it's raining because he goes there. I don't really ever go in there. I used to have like a bed and some furniture in there, but I moved it all out because I got the floors redid and they look nice. That being said, I do have a lot of guest rooms, but they're in the house. Grifty, I watch no man's baldos. Grifty, admit it to the chat right now. Be a man, Grifty. There's no shame in washing some balls every once in a while. Okay. Thank you, Grifty. 20 months for Grifty's goofy ass. Thank you, dude. Grifty. All right. Oh, Grifty. Okay. Nick responded to this. Hold on. Let me itch my ear itches. All right. You guys ready for some gross? Grifty. Oh. My ear itches so bad. Oh, it's so good. Hubba. Yeah, it's an Allen wrench. I itch my ear with an Allen wrench. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm a little messed up too. We all have our vices, boys. Okay, here's what Nick said to respond to this, by the way. He said, I told my friends who actually reached out rather than pretending that they did that I was not okay. I've not been for a long time, since long before I ever tried drugs. This is true. I wish addiction were the demon I was facing because I can overcome addiction. Unfortunately, up until recently, the part of that story wasn't anyone's business. And I've reached out to Nick fucking 20 times in the last 2 years, and that is true. He's been like, yeah, I don't really want to be here. So, he's definitely battling some demons right there. And it's not as of recent events, although these probably don't help. Tug Simp says, you know what, Tug? I ain't reading your shit right now. I have to read your shit in the chat already. I don't want to read you twice. Twice, Tug Simp? You don't get two out of me. You don't get two, you get one. Okay. You and Lady Law, you get one. All right. Okay, now see, what on earth could it have been? What? You know what? You want to know an analysis that is probably not, maybe not true, but I'm going to give it anyway. You know, I don't know the situation. You know, when people are dealing with something, I ask them really simply. I say, Hippie Craig, eat my ass. I'm literally responding to the chat right now, Hippie Craig. What the hell, Hippie Craig? He only pays attention to the super chats. Hippie Craig. Tim don't even read $500 super chat. You bastard. Anyways, I'm trying to read a lot of things, Hippie Craig, you son of a bitch. Now you better super chat. Now I see you. Now you owe me. You're in my pocket now. Pay up, boy. No. Anyways, shut up, Carrie. Well, okay. So here's my analysis, and this may or may not be true, but I'm just gonna give it because I like to talk. I think Nick is really good at talking. And I want you guys that hate Nick now, whether it's parasocial or whatnot, or Nick at his prime of YouTubing, Nick was charming. Nick was really quick. Nick is clever. And these are all things that are probably still true. It's just, he's not a good time. I know. But mute to be correct for an hour. But this has probably been how Nick's been his whole life. Right? Now, that being said, Nick finds success in 2019. I think 2018 or 2019 is when Nick started really blowing up. And Nick starts realizing that he has this ability to talk. He has this ability to, string a show together, entertain people, and really enjoy it. And other people enjoyed watching. So much so that the notoriety skyrocketed. I want you to know that when we were at Anime Matsuri, Nick Rekieta's line was longer than Nerdrotics, longer than Eric July's, longer than Geeks and Gamers by a fucking mile. Okay? So Nick was very, very good at what he was doing. Nick, realizing this in his late 30s, might, in sort of a Kurt Cobain-ish way, and this is all me just saying bullshit, right? So don't think I'm like preaching truth or anything. This is what I think, could be a possibility. Nick finds out he had this path that he probably could have taken a long time ago. Probably be at unheard of heights and not be kind of held down by a lot of responsibility. And maybe it inadvertently put him into some kind of way. Like, damn, like, fuck, I could do all these things, but I chose this path way earlier. And now I'm like, I don't know if it's what I want anymore. And that inward conflict maybe fucking put him in a depression. And this is kind of like, this is kind of how my mind works. I like to think, what if, how, like, what could have been the cause of, him being kind of like in a bummed out state, right? So take that as you will, but that's kind of how I feel. I wish I would have started YouTube when I was in my early 20s. I wish I would have started racing in my 20s or earlier. But I'm soaking it up as hard as I can right now because I don't have long to do it. I'm old. In the world of racing, I'm at my peak right now. I would be peaking right now, but I should have been doing it when I was 16, right? Elephant. Carrie told me that you're a Swiftie. Also, hi. Howdy, Elephant. Welcome back. Grifty, 20 months. Remember when I first joined during Eliza Blue? And Cody said, like, every show he was going to have me on soon. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Well, that was a long time ago before I started racing, and now it's hard to get guests because I'm tired. I will say, Grifty, and take this as you will, but scheduling guests and trying to continue these relationships, like hundreds of relationships, and getting guests and getting it freaking hard. It's hard, So thank you, Grifty. I love you. Lisa Kenyon, for itchy ears, try Q-tip. No. Benadryl cream, it's heaven. Maybe. So is Gold Bond and anti-itch cream. Well, it just itched a little. It doesn't itch often, right? Love ya. Thank you. By the way, Lisa, the reason I don't use Q-tips is because I used them my whole life, and it made me have impacted earwax so much that I almost had to go to the hospital. But instead, I used a needle, and I dug impacted earwax out of my ear for like a week. That was the size of like milk duds, and suddenly I could hear again. This was a long time ago. Q-tips, I feel like, pack that shit in there, right? In my opinion. So Zia went back to Greece. She gone. Whatever happened to Zia? I don't know. She streams every day. She's cool. Let's continue, boys. Okay. Seize the Day says, if I may speak up, not everybody only known to you via the internet subscribes to the thoughts or actions of the mobs of the people you make mention of. There's many of us internet people who give grace, who don't judge or criticize or pray hope for holistically healing for you, mental, physical, spiritual. It is with these people I align with, and we continue to support and stand with you and myself, and maybe the others of this group are who we hope you look to in these challenging times. If any of us on the internet, if any of us internet people and not others, as yourself say, you owe nothing to any of us, and therefore your focus needs not to be on us, really. However, there are some positive internet people that I think are decent and can offer some good vibes and embrace them. All others who feel the need to judge, criticize, gossip, bring down others, perhaps are broken themselves in denial. Truly, who are you and how does this impact our lives? It doesn't. So in my opinion, anyone embedded in the camp of people bent on highlighting your challenges and wishing the worst for you should truly be ignored or banned. Mr. Rekieta, for the love of God, you know this. Dig deep and have faith in yourself and faith in who and what you know. Ditch the toxics and focus on the good. Leave the shit in the past. Here's the issue is everyone is giving the same advice, right? Everyone's giving the same advice to leave it in the past. And that's where the problem, I think, is kind of lying currently, right? Is kind of still arguing with the people that you can't really win, to argue with. And it is very hard for people to stop watching some kind of train wreck, if you will. By the way, Kristen McGough just dropped a pink boy. 150 to Decade Snake. Don't know if it was a coincidence or if the chunky, the belly hanging out picture doing the rounds broke his brain. After that, the descent to Crypt Keeper Nick was pretty swift. I think that's a good theory. He really didn't like that picture for some reason. The Chunkita picture? Yes, now I am picking my nose. Chunkita picture? Honestly, I love the Chunkita picture. I think it's a good picture. Thank you, Chris McGough, for your pink boy. 500 Krogans. Yes. Thank you, man. I love you. I appreciate you, Chris McGough. I'm down 14 pounds. Another 16 to go. We're almost there. Thank you, man. I know it's only been 2.5 weeks, but about 8 weeks. I'm pretty excited to see what we got. Thank you, Chris McGough. I love you, dude. You're the man. You the man. The man. One red boy from a rainbow night. Lisa says Q-tips are bad, but I'm really careful. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Thank you. Grifty says it was a joke. Don't be gay. I am gay, Grifty. Did you forget? Thank you, Grifty. Elephant Nick Gossip makes me drink my weight in queso. What? No, don't do that. Queso? What the fuck? She says, am morphing into Ellie Chunk. Help. Oh God, no. Don't stop, please. Yes. Just focus. Focus, Ellie. Go to the gym. Hurry. No, yeah. I'm on my cut diet right now. Queso's pretty cool. I do like me some queso, though. Oh, man. What did Art say? People are laughing at Art. What do you say? Let me go up. Where's Art? What do Aaron Imholt's butt and Cody's ear have in common? Both of them are completely impacted. Oh, my God. All right. Nick says there's certainly good people on the internet, and I didn't intend to imply otherwise. The internet mob is ravenous, relentless, and loud, and they can make you think the world is against you. It's an interesting disconnect from reality where people still treat you like a person. As interconnected as we are, in so many ways, we're isolated. Social media is a short circuit to human interaction. Yes. Yes. And one thing I'll say, and this isn't a dig at anybody indirectly, but and I don't want to piss anybody off because this is just how my mind works. But when I see people, and this is in any situation, this is not exclusive to Nick's situation, okay? But when I see people saying put it in God's hands and posting scripture, I have to think to myself for a moment and be like, why is it that when like you compound mistake after mistake and do some pretty definitely ungodly shit for a long period of time, you are now leaning on God to repair your situation when you didn't care about that prior to when you were doing all these things? Like, why is it now you care about that kind of thing? This is exclusive to this type of thing, not Nick's situation, by the way. I just always, when you see somebody that's like, they get a DUI and they like wreck their car and they lose their house and their wife leaves them, they go to jail for beating up like 5 homeless guys, and they're like, oh, putting it in God's hands and getting right with God. I'm like, why do you, suddenly you want to get right with God now that you like have, like, I'm confused. Oh, but whatever, that's just me anyway. I just think it's a little convenient, but that's just me. All right. Now, look, I'm not religious, so maybe y'all see it way differently, But yeah. Grifty says because he's a living, forgiving God. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's not what God does. I understand that. I'm saying, like, why is it when if police aren't involved, or like your wife doesn't leave, or like something doesn't happen for the catalyst, why is it that would you continue doing the things and not care about what God thinks until the accountability has to hit? That's what I'm saying, right? Does anybody understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And I'm not, keep in mind, I'm not speaking specifically of Nick's situation. I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, people will respond with like, it's up to God. I'm like, bro, why is it only up to God when you like finally have to face music? I don't know, man. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking out loud, guys. Jesus. The Pants Maestro says, keep your head up, man. It became apparent to me this week that the internet mobs have a habit of stripping humanity from figures to advance their moral crusade of ruining the bad man's life. Life happens and people react in human ways, which are sometimes not the best or even in line with what they believe. I'll continue to pray for you, brother. Looking forward to the return of the Pope. All right. Real name redacted says, fortunately, silence isn't the standard for guilt. Otherwise, the Constitution would be useless. Even Yeshua kept silent at his trial before. Yeshua. Is that Jesus? Isn't that Jesus' name? Again, not religious. Hey, we're 50 likes from goal. Can you guys believe it? All right. Arcade Outpost says Nick is getting exactly what he deserves. Now, what does he deserve, Arcade Outpost? Like, in your opinion, like, put in the chat what you think he deserves. Because this is actually very interesting. It's like a very interesting thought for me. Like, what is it that you think he deserves being like a viewer, somebody that's watched this show? Like, what do you think he deserves? Other people can chime in as well if you want. Helena. Cody's our generation's Dr. Phil. It's the mustache. I'm not bald, though, unfortunately. I had somebody tell me I was going bald recently in chat, and I was like, well, fuck. Shit. It's over. I am old now. We are farmers. We are 150 from Naked Snake Boys. 150. Yes. Arcade Outpost. How's the pastor kid? Enoch deserves a good life. Adversity aside, Sean. I agree. Arcade says, but first, can you tell me if that hee-haw accent's real or just something you do for an audience? I was born in Alabama, and I lived in Oaks Bluff, Alabama, until I was 20 years old. Now I live in Huntsville, Alabama. I don't know about you, but accents are a thing. Can I hide my accent? Yes, I can hide my accent 100%. But it occupies like a percentage of my CPU usage, and I just can't do it. When I first started doing YouTube, I was terrified that people were gonna shit all over me. Like shit all over my accent because they're like, you're a redneck piece of shit, stupid ass motherfucker. Right? So yeah. But about 6 months in, when my subscriber growth was really, really growing, I stopped caring. I was like, fuck it. It's probably like 3 months in. Because people could see my streams and see like me. So I just stopped. And was like, oh fuck it, whatever. So yeah, this is me now. This is me now. All right, your turn. Those weren't believers to begin with, just some remorse. Nick wants on. I doubt it. I invited him on already today. I was gonna read it while he was on here and get like his take on stuff more in depth. Arcade says, I'm not going to feel bad for a grown man and father of 5 started to resent his own kids for getting in the way of him reenacting his 20s. Sure, but like, what do you think he deserves? Like, what should be his punishment is what I'm saying. No one ever answers this question. Arcade, come on, baby. If you got a mushroom haircut, he could be that walk in my shoes guy. I'm trying to think what that is. The accent gets thicker every year. Hell yeah. What's up, bitch? Hey. Yeah, he told me he was watching the fights. He couldn't come on. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Elephant. Sorry, Cody. It's a family thing. Thin hair and the widow's peak gets further and further back. What do you mean it's a family thing? You talking about, are you in my family, Elephant? Are you trying to say you're in my family right now? Thank you, Elephant. I appreciate you, Elephant. Why does he deserve a punishment as opposed to a lesson learned? No, so Sean, I think he goes to trial, he takes his licks, he becomes a better person, and he makes a success out of that. Right? That's like my desired outcome. What is other people's desired outcomes? What I'm kind of thinking of. Jenna, was your maternal grandfather bald? No. Arcade Outpost says he deserves the audience he lied to turning on him. He made it under false pretenses, and this is the result. Well, yeah, but like, I get it. But what does he deserve? Like as a punishment to like, what does he deserve? Like trial wise, legally, like what does he deserve? Obviously, like, I think most people would agree that his audience abandoning him during all this crazy shit was probably deserved. It's hard to say. I mean, it got pretty rocky there for a while. So, I mean, Art the Clown says, my desired outcome is he ditches April, stops caring about other vaginas, gives up drugs, focuses on his family and streaming. Yes. I would prefer, as far as legally, maybe like he gets some probation and he fucking fixes everything. That's kind of what because I don't think I gave a take on legally as well. Sorry, Arcade. Check out what Tommy says. Dan Bell kicked me out of his live because of jokes he said was hateful. Damn. You're just too spicy, baby. You're too damn spicy. Thank you, Elephant, by the way. We're so close to Decade Snake. 150 away. One red boy from a Rainbow Night, too. We're closing in, but we only got 20 minutes left, actually. So, because my happy ass has got to finish some stuff book-wise. I got to finish some stuff music-wise because there's going to be a huge stretch goal on the book where I release music with it. And the music has started production. Okay, weird. Will this stream end soon, only to evolve into an Oblivion long play? I doubt it. Hold on. Sorry, I'm ignoring chat again. I know a good punishment. He should live with Warski and Papi in San Francisco for the rest of his life. Oh, not San Francisco. Misty says what Nick wants and needs might be different, but welcome to my world, friend. Welcome to being an adult. That's for damn sure. Kettleback says he is already in trouble with the law. I say let him deal with what he has to do with court. His personal life does not have to have any effect on yours. Sure. I don't necessarily agree. The issue is the personal life thing is he's kind of exacerbating it by talking about, Aaron like masturbating to cuck porn and licking cum off his balls and whatnot. Again, paraphrasing. I like to make it a little spicy. Okay. Come on. Please do a Knight Rider inspired song. Like, what do you like? Keros with a $50 super chat. Oh my God. The audacity. Thank you, Keros. Thank you, dude, so much. You got us 100 from Naked Snake right there. Technically 99.68. Thank you, dude. I love you. Yes. Thank you. I love you. Look at this beautiful man, Karis. Such a supportive boy. I appreciate you, buddy. I love you. Thank you, Karis. Love you, dude. Oh, by the way, here's my link to my new book. Is that the right link? Yes. Do not miss this. Very limited tier that gives you all 3 covers signed, a Cecil art exclusive signed by Cecil, VIP tickets to 1 race in the entire NASCAR season next year. You get to hang out with me. You get to have dinner. You get to hang out in the holler, sit on my pit box, have a headset on your head. A lot of fun. Also, you get your name on my car or your company or anything you would like within reason on my car for the whole year. That tier is going to be limited. We are 4 signups from 1,000. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys so much. I hope you have a good time. I love you. There you go. One more again. There it is. Spamming it. We're spamming the link. We're spamming. Thank you, dudes. Appreciate you. It is my first literary work ever. If it hits the stretch goal, I will work on number 2, which I have roughly lined out. It's going to be wild. It's going to be Evil Dead mixed with like race cars, mixed with like softcore porn. Not really, but it's going to be cool. Thank you guys. All right. Anyways, just wanted to get that out there because I need to mention it. I need you guys to understand the severity of this situation. Bitches. What's up, Matt Cisco? How you doing, dude? How you doing, my friend? Shout out to Auburn Designs over here with my Tumblr. Darth, what's up, dude? Oh, thanks, man. Love you. All right, here, let me read some of these chats because people are starting to actually say stuff. Golden Trumpet says Nick has 3 legal challenges: the Montegraph lawsuit, which I have completely forgotten about, the drugs criminal case, and the most recent Aaron search history leaks. That's something very interesting that I'm wondering how that's going to play out, right? I'm wondering how that's going to actually play out in the end, because that's going to be very, very interesting. It may be nothing. It may be something. Riley went full red. Riley. Nick should watch The View as a punishment. That's pretty rough. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Comicsgate, the Mexican, is a friend of mine. Used to sit around the house watching Evil Dead, talking about the way it used to be. Pie Susan said, "Didn't your brother die of an overdose?" Yes, he did. How many times did your sister overdose? I don't know. I don't actually know. Multiple. I don't know though for sure. Multiple though. Donna, can't wait for that was a pretty good voice crack. I enjoyed that. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Can't wait for the Indiegogo launch, saving my money for that one tier. Hey, do not forget, it's going to be awesome. Thank you, Donna. Either this tier is gonna go in like 20 minutes, or it's not even gonna sell any. So you never know. Thank you, Donna. Lisa LawTube saying Nick needs to take the fall for his wife. And with the recent cybercrime allegations, he may get worse charges. Take the fall for his wife. So LawTube is saying he needs to go to prison. Is that what you're saying? Cody, why are you not ever on Flashcast anymore? Panel shows are hard. Panel shows are really, really hard when they go like for 5 hours. It's just really hard, man. And it happens during one of my shows, and it's just hard, man. I already do Jack show a lot, and I do random shows like every other day with random people. I love everybody on Flashcast. I have nothing bad to say about them at all. It's just a lot. It's a lot, man. And sometimes I'll talk about stuff I have no idea anything about. So it kind of gets hard sometimes. Lisa, thank you, baby. Billy Hatcher says, "Look at Rumble, dude." Oh, I'm looking at Rumble right now. Okay, I see the Rumble. Okay, Rumble might outpace YouTube in Rumble raps, whatever. Fuck it, Rumble rants. Thank you. We are only missing the one red boy on YouTube, but the Rumble has went insane. And Moore says you should invite Anna and Cecil more often. Well, Anna does Flashcast. Every time I invite her on Saturday, she gets really pissed at me because I always forget. And she's like, "You know what? You fucking already know." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry." So I stopped inviting Anna on Saturdays. Cecil, yeah, sure. I go on Cecil's show all the time. I love Cecil. Cecil's my boy. Okay. Meatball sandwich. Fuck, I wish, man. I gotta eat grilled chicken. Real quick on Rumble, we have a red Rumble rant. Rumble is outpacing YouTube today. Joe Schmo says, "It's my birthday and I'm feeling flush from the election bump. So have a Franklin on me." Thank you so much, Joe Schmo, for $100 Rumble rant. What a beautiful man. That is insane support. Trying to take Jenny's spot today. Thank you, dude. I love you. Jenny, speaking of the devil, a purple boy with a smiley face on Rumble. Thank you, Jenny. Real quick. Thank you, Jenny. I love you. Appreciate you. Jenny with a $10 Rumble rant. Jenny with a purple Rumble rant. Jenny is just going so hard. And Jenny with a yellow boy on Rumble. And she's dancing the kitty right now with the emoji. Thank you, Jenny. All right, I don't want to become review tech. Thank you so much. You are the GOAT, Jenny. Thank you so much for hitting that Rumble rant. I appreciate you. That crosses us into Naked Snake realm. Not a rainbow night on YouTube, but into the snake zone. The snake zone. The dangerous snake zone. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate all the support, man. You guys are awesome. Ellie Fan says, "Don't worry, Cody. Boys' voices always get high-pitched when their voices change." Shut your ass, Ellie. Why are you trolling me today? You don't like me no more? You hate me? You said I'm bald, fat, and stupid? And gay. And young. Thank you, Ellie Fant. Pie Susan, I read your chat, but I will not answer it because I can't do that. I can't answer that. Chris McGough. Ooh, my God. From what I understand, Nick has had a lot of right-leaning autistic people watching him for shattering their illusions of the Christian virgin marriage. They want him severely punished. Yeah, no, yeah, sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah, sure. Here's like a hot take, maybe. And this may or may not be true, so don't fucking light me up, okay? Here's what I think the issue is. You have a lot of guys, 80% of men are not sexually active, with a high percentage of them never having sex at all. And I believe some of those guys that really look up to people like Nick, who want to get married someday, but they've never had a girlfriend or anything like that. But they wanted to get married one day, and they see Nick is banging this hot chick on the side, and that pisses them off. Both reasons. One, he's not the man they thought they were, and two, I want to bang hot chicks. It's the kind of guys that said they never would, but they totally would, right? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Spicy take. Thank you, Chris McGough. I love you. Elephant with a heart. I love you. I appreciate you. And also, Zaylin with $100 super chat. It is official. It is a rainbow night. Zaylin bringing it home. Wait. The F YouTube? Where was my notification? Naked Snake Camelot. Hell yeah. You are the man. Thank you so much, dude. We have hit every goddamn goal. Well, except for Fight Milk, but that shit's shelved. Okay. Shelved for a minute. I'm tired. I do need you to do something. You need to freaking spam like the show. You need to spam like the show. Thank you, Zaylin. I appreciate you so much. I love you. You are the man, dude. If I could give 2 cents, because I will, unless something drastic happens, I will not probably be talking about Nick again. Because of this, the last couple sentences in his post was taking accountability for his family, knowing he made some mistakes, a lot of mistakes, and he's trying to better himself. That's really important. That was what I was kind of looking for a long time. Publicly anyway. So, my advice is, look, I know it's entertaining, dude. I get it. It's entertaining for me when I see stuff happen. I get it. It's hard to turn that shit off. But I would implore people, take that passion. If you get visceral enjoyment and you hope for bad things to happen to people, either A, to allow you to forget about what's going on in your own life for a little while, which is something I understand. Or B, just for the fun of it. I implore you to focus that passion on stuff that you really enjoy, and you can go a long way with that, right? If you don't like Nick, if you're pissed at Nick or whatever have you, stop watching, Nick, obviously, and explore other creators and explore your talents and passions. Did Nick fuck up? Sure thing. He fucked up real good. Real good, right? I think we can all agree. And he is taking his lashings every day, right? So anyways, that's kind of what we're talking about. Do you vape while racing NASCAR? No, I've been vaping for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Because I'm on a cut diet and I've noticed it kind of helps with cravings, So that's kind of why I'm doing it. It'll be gone after the cut. Thank you, Zaylin. I love you, Zaylin. 30 likes away from the goal. Hit that like button and give it a little kiss. 30 likes away from 500 likies. Unbelievable stuff today. Again. We're three signups on my book away from 1,000. 3. We're at 997. There's the link, guys. Sign up for my book. It is free to sign up. So you'll get a notification when it goes live. You'll have all the tiers at your disposal, and you're going to want to get on some of those tiers immediately, because a lot of them are only going to be one available. One. My helmet that has been used in 24 NASCAR races. That's signed by like 10 or 15 different creators, including EBS, and has sketches all over it. It's going to be on the campaign, and there will be only one. Also, there will be a very limited one of you get all covers signed and exclusive art for only that tier. VIP tickets to any one race you choose in the NASCAR season. VIP. You come in, you don't pay, you get to hang out with me all day in the NASCAR garage, in my garage. And we'll go get dinner. Unless there's like 30 people there, then that's going to be hard. And also you get your name on my car for a whole year. That'd be cool. There's the link. Kiss it. Kiss it. Kiss it hard. Kiss it good. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. We got some naked snake to do. You guys ready for the viewership to drop? Are you ready? Are you ready, boys? No. Let's do let's do we'll raid Flashcast. How about that? Since somebody asked about that earlier and yelled at me. Elephant, more protein, less smoking. I take in 200 grams a day, baby. Charge 10K for that sweet helmet and the sweat helmet. No one's going to pay 10K for that helmet. No one's going to pay 10K for that helmet. It will be less than that. It will be more than $2,000 because I have to buy another one and get it certified by NASCAR, which is $2,000. So thank you, Elephant. Cars and Depth says I recommend Ross Bentley's book, Speed Secrets. Thank you, Cars and Depths. Hope to see you again, man. Are you ready for Naked Snake, boys? Are you ready? It is time for Naked Snake for the 379th show in a row. Get ready, and then we're going to raid Flashcast, so don't leave. We're going to have fun. It is time once more for Naked Snake. Y'all ready? Like the show. Subscribe if you have not. Time for the grid. Alan Jones starting us off. Here we go. Rose.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night.
Here we go, boys.
I'm searching and I'm melting to you.
379. Here we go.
What I feel in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
In my time, there been nobody else. Cry, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Lisa!
Someday you'll go red. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive. For the day.
Oh my gosh! Sean! I give my life, not for honor, but for you. Kettle back! Oh my god, it's Ashley. There been nobody else. Cry, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. 379 in a row. Lisa! Here we go. You guys ready? You guys ready? amazing, my boys. I got 2 from Ashley. Can you believe that shit? Jenny, what did 199? Jenny, thank you, baby. And don't forget, Zaylin just dropped 20 gifted memberships. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you, Jalen. My boy Zaylin went hard as hell on me, and that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Okay, that's $100. Thank you so much, dude. The gifted memberships really go a long way. I really appreciate that. Thank you. We're going to have a subathon one time. I'm going to do a stream where I only say gifted memberships. Eventually. Get like 1,000. That'd be freaking crazy. Thank you so much, dude. I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, I will be shaving my chest once I get cut. That's my... So, if you guys don't know my ritual, some of you do know my ritual. Thank you again, Zaylin. My ritual is lose 30 pounds and then I shave everything. And it like reveals everything because you won't be able to almost see a lot of definition because of the hair. It's a thing I do. It's my ritual. It's my yearly ritual. Come on. That's why I have a mustache right now. I don't know if you noticed. It's my yearly ritual. I got 3 from Ashley. Can you believe it? Thank you guys. 12 likes away from goal. We are at 1,002 signups for Ride and Die Volume 1. Thank you guys so much for getting us over 1,000 signups. Oh my God. If we get that many backers on the campaign, it will be such a huge success. I really appreciate that, guys. You guys are goated. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me so far in this new journey of riding. I'm so excited for it to launch. I'm also really nervous. Every time I think about launching the book, I get throw-uppy. So, but please, if you are able to, back it 10 times when it comes out. It's going to be crazy. Since you're still naked, another one. Oh my God, Ashley, what do I do to deserve you? Thank you, Ashley. I love you, baby. Appreciate you since you're still naked. The plucking and growing hairs. Oh, you see, even Chris McGough knows all about it, dude. Dugan says, would NASCAR ever let you stream an entire live stream from your helmet? No. Not currently under Fox's broadcast contract rules. Maybe if they changed, I can always ask, like, hey, like if we're on a different network one day, can I do this? You know, maybe. I'll ask. I can always ask. Thank you, Rumble. Jenny, of course, I love you, baby. Joe Schmo. Thank you guys. Happy birthday again, Joe Schmo. Thank you guys so much. I will see you on Flashcast. I'll see you over there. 9 likes away. Hit that like button. Bolton. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys over there on Flashcast. Say Cam Raid in the chat. Let's go.